Bonjour everyone, another announcement from Nikon. They're coming thick and fast today. There's others, but these are the two I'm covering. The 80 to 400 4.5 to 5.6 GED lens. Now this is kind of an in limbo kind of lens. Compare it to the 70 to 200 2.8. I don't think the build quality is going to be at that level, but that's just a guess. But we're talking seriously a big improvement over something like the 70 to 300. Taking a look at the pictures, the first stock photo I saw looked like it was about a mid-range kind of build, but looking at some of the other photos that are out there with the collar on, I think it's actually going to be a fairly meaty old lens, and definitely not cheap. You're talking about $2,700 for this lens in the States, so big money. And at that price, we're actually talking more expensive than the 70 to 200 2.8 VR. And for a variable aperture, you might think that's ridiculous. But just keep in mind, we're talking 400 at the long end. If it's top quality optics and top quality VR, then that's a huge lens. The fact that it's a 5.6 and not a 2.8, yeah, that's an issue. But for example, if you bought the 70 to 200 2.8, got a 2-time teleconverter for hundreds and hundreds of dollars extra, then, you know, you lose 2 stops of light and you're down at 400 5.6, and here we are. So, and that's a huge range, 80 to 400. That's a really huge range in terms of what you're going to be able to shoot with that, like that dog. Okay, so looking through it, this one has 4 ED elements and 1 super ED, nanocrystal coating, and the VR and all and all and all. So total of 4 ED and 1 super ED lens. They're not messing around with this. This is, you know, claiming to have that highest level of optical quality like the other 2.8s have, but in a huge zoom range with a variable aperture. Not only are they saying this is going to be high-end optics, they're saying that this one is built to meet the challenge of cameras like the D800E with huge pixel density, huge resolution, where, you know, they've published lists of what they think are the suitable lenses for a camera like that, and a lot of their star performers aren't on the lens list. This guy apparently is. So that's really interesting. So that's a total of a 5-time zoom range on an FX lens, 80 to 400. Nanocrystal coating, which is miracle stuff. It really works so well. The coatings that Nikon has on their high-end lenses performs really well. They're claiming a 4-step stop improvement in terms of hand holding with the VR. That's as much as I've ever claimed. So the SWM motor, of course. And if you're using a 1.4 teleconverter, that drops you down to an f8, which the modern cameras, their focus points generally work through to that point. It's not going to be light, it's not going to be cheap, but I think there will be a market for this guy, considering, you know, for people who want to get the really long lenses and they're not so concerned with the 2.8 for the depth of field issues, it's more about light. But then with modern cameras having sensors that are so effective at dealing with high ISO, shooting at 5.6 won't be a problem for a lot of people. For some it will, but for a lot it won't. This one's going to be coming with a 5-year warranty in the States. Let's just see, what weight we're looking at here. Unfortunately, can't find weight or any other specs on it. It's just been announced today, but it is already available for pre-order, so check out the links below. If you do use that links, it really helps me. Thanks. Leave me any questions or comments. Is it something you'd consider getting, or would you never buy a variable aperture lens for that kind of money? Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.